You're telling me I can take the viewfinder and all the controls off the camera and then remotely frame myself, zoom in and out, use a deep track, change the settings, start and stop recording, and even use this as a wireless microphone. I mean, imagine this on a car mount or on an invisible selfie stick or something. That's a game changer. We have to talk about this camera.
You can ask the flowers. I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the bill and coo birds, pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you.
Let me introduce you to the Insta360 Luna Ultra. This is their answer to the DJI pocket cameras. And I've spent the last few weeks in Tokyo, in London, in my hometown, all over really, testing the Luna Ultra and just having a play with it. Because it's honestly one of the most impressive, most versatile, and just most fun cameras I've used in a long time. Let me spin you around. Have a look at this. And this is the kind of thing you'd buy if you want to up your video, your content game. An all-in-one creator device, if you will, that literally fits in your pocket. But these so-called pocket-style cameras have been around for a few years, so what makes this one special? Well, of course, it is the first time Insta360 have made one, famous for their 360 and Action and Tiny Go series cameras. So these guys have a lot of experience, and it is genuinely exciting to see some proper competition. I mean, this is fantastic. I'm in Tokyo at the Shibuya Crossing, testing a new gadget with 2 cameras, massive sensors, detachable controller. I'm shooting this at 8K 30 using the built-in microphones, and I'm doing the thing. This is so silly. I've done this about 6 times now. Anyway, it looks better at night, especially with pure video mode. If you're going to shoot in low light or at night, pure video. So let me just show you some clips taken on the Luna Ultra and give you the key specs. And firstly, this can shoot in up to 8K resolution, even with Dolby Vision HDR, or up to 4K 120. We also get 2 cameras with these dual Leica Summicron lenses. So you've got the 1 and the 3x optical lenses, then you can punch it up to a 6x lossless zoom, and all the way up to 12x. And if we punch right in, this is 12x. Now look at the sharpness of that. This is essentially using like a telemacro. It's also kind of windy right now. That is cool. It can also do this. We have an industry-first detachable 2-inch touchscreen, which allows you to preview and control the Luna Ultra from wherever you are. Yes, you can do something similar via the app, but this is a game changer. Being able to place the camera wherever you want and then frame it and stop recording, zoom in and out, it gives you so much more flexibility. Particularly if you're a solo shooter, you're making videos by yourself, which most of the time I am.
You're perfect.
Oh. Honestly, this by itself is enough to convince me to buy the Insta360 Luna Ultra over, say, the DJI Pocket 4P, and also over just using my iPhone for shooting video, which I often do. And with the 2 lenses, the deep tracking, the video quality, and the stabilization, it is a very impressive little camera. I'm also very happy to report this thing captures 10-bit color, regardless of whether you shoot in the standard or the pro mode, and then capture in either SDR, HDR, or iLog. This is really important, being able to shoot 4K or even 8K in 10-bit iLog, which looks like this straight out of the camera, and whether you're applying Insta360's own LUT or one of yours, or even using one of these built-in Leica color profiles and cinematic filters, being able to record in proper 10-bit makes this a much more professional level camera. This is literally 8K 10-bit iLog video shot handheld on the Luna Ultra. It's insane. You know those videos where people just walk around cities and you just sort of experience it? I could do that with this in better quality than ever. You could give up this whole tech reviewing malarkey. By the way, all that recorded on the inbuilt mic. It's not bad. But then for low light, we have their triple AI chip, which they first introduced on the Insta360 X5 and gives us pretty much best-in-class low light performance, particularly when paired with this sensor size. Just swipe over to pure video and hit record, and it looks like this. This is completely unedited straight out of the camera. The only downside is you can't shoot in iLog when you're in the pure video mode, which is a bit of a shame if you want full color control when you're shooting in low light or at night.
Right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Another one.
Now I would say this is primarily designed for shooting landscape. That gives you the most resolution and frame rate options. But if you rotate the screen and want to shoot vertically, you can capture in up to 3K 60. But this does crop in a little bit and you're not getting the full sensor resolution. Oh, and did I mention it's literally a gimbal with 3-axis stabilization with their Deep Track 5.0, so whether you're tracking a person, a car, a group, even as you're walking around or driving, you can lock onto a subject and it will track it. And I really like the fact you've got this 9-point composition option for the tracking, so if you want to maintain, say, a rule of thirds, you can just tap the little square on the right, and it will keep your tracked subject on that side. And even separate to the tracking, even if you don't use that, having the stabilization from this gimbal is so incredibly useful. It allows me to get shots like this completely handheld. So the two modes you're going to use most are video and pure video. That's when it's low light and nighttime. But that is just the start. And there are some familiar favorites from Insta360 cameras like time shift. That's where you move and you can get shots like this. And then you've got time lapse, which is where the camera stays still, but then the world moves around it. But I'd also recommend having a play with the slow motion mode. Now, by default, this puts you in at 4K 120, which can get you shots like this, which plays back at 30 frames per second, effectively giving you a 4x slow motion. And particularly in good light, the Luna Ultra can take some absolutely stunning slow motion shots. But also don't forget that just regular 4K 60, if you slow it down to half speed afterwards in the edit, can also give you some really tasty slow motion. You can of course also take photos with the Luna Ultra, which can be captured in JPEG and RAW if you fancy editing and tinkering it with afterwards, and it also supports 360 panoramas.
Alright, let's give the Luna Ultra a bit of a stabilization test. I'm, well, on a treadmill, just holding it handheld in front of me. I mean, I'm looking at the camera and my arm's shaking, my hand's shaking, like this is not looking, this is probably not going to be stable. If it is, that's very impressive. Although, let's give it some context. Let's compare it to the iPhone 17 Pro action mode on the iPhone. Can that compete with the Luna Ultra? Well, you guys are going to tell me because I can't tell.
A couple of extra things I really like include the QR color share option. So if you have 2 or 3 or 4 Luna Ultras, you can get the same look across all your cameras. And it also supports timecode recording, so you can more easily sync a multi-camera setup. Battery life is up to 4 hours, although this will be a little bit less if you shoot in 8K or if the ambient temperature is really hot. There obviously are quite a lot of variables when it comes to shooting with a camera. But I'll tell you what actually saved the day for me, the fact that you have 47 gigabytes of built-in storage. The combination of internal storage and microSD support, that's everything you need.
The built-in microphone on the Luna Ultra is actually very good, and if I just wheel myself over here, it's my studio, you can still hear me pretty well. It captures really good audio. And there is a little dead cat filtery thing you can pop on, which helps reduce wind noise, and it acts as a pop filter. But what I would suggest, if you are going to buy a Luna Ultra, is in the Creator Bundle, you get this, the Insta360 Mic Pro. You can also buy it separately, which comes with 2 of them and a charging case. Testing, testing, 1, 2. And because we've got this little magnetic attachment on the back, I can put that under my shirt, and then it just pops on like so. It's a Bluetooth microphone. You've got up to 32-bit float recording. You can record with both the internal microphone and the Bluetooth at the same time. You've got about 2 or 3 different noise cancelling options. I also love the fact that the front of this Mic Pro is actually an e-ink display, which you can customize with your brand's logo, a smiley face, whatever you fancy. That is a really nice touch. Professional videographers like to hide the microphones, but a lot of creators, they feel more comfortable if they can hold something, and it makes it just a bit more dynamic. Okay, but let's talk about the design of this guy, the Luna Ultra, and let me show you what you get in the Creator Bundle. That's what Insta360 sent over, which includes the camera, of course, a little travel bag for all your extras and accessories, 1 wireless Mic Pro, a couple of dead cats, 1 for the built-in microphone and 1 for the Mic Pro, and also a couple of these little attachments. Now, the taller one of these has an extra battery pack to it, but this one is actually what I use most of the time because the Luna Ultra by itself just has a USB-C port at the bottom for charging. There's no way to mount it to anything. There's no screw thread, which is not ideal. So with this guy, which has a USB-C for pass-through charging on the back, you can simply plug that into the USB-C port. It connects, it like pops in on the sides there. So now you get this little screw thread on the bottom, which is very useful for, well, mounting it to gorilla pods, tripods, car mounts, what have you. But also we have these little feet, giving itself a little tripod so you can pop it down and it is, well, fairly stable. Now, design-wise, this will be very familiar to any DJI Pocket owner, but of course, Insta360's put their own twist on it, and also their software. If you've used a Go series camera, an X4, X5 360 camera, anything from the Insta360 lineup, then the software will be very familiar. Little joystick, power button, you've got the zoom in and out, and also the microphone built in at the back here. And of course, you've got the rotating screen, which either turns the camera off or allows you to shoot in a vertical orientation. And also, of course, its party trick, being able to take off this control panel with the viewfinder, the buttons, and then use it remotely. Oh, and last but not least, the Luna Ultra comes in both black and white flavors, but I would probably go for the black one. It really does fit in your pocket. Even if you don't use any other accessories, everything you need is built in, which is pretty cool. I've also picked the hottest day of the year so far to make this video. But more importantly, you can also add ND filters to the Luna Ultra, which if you're shooting in bright sunshine at 4K 60 and you want your shutter speed to be 120, an ND filter is pretty essential. However, one compromise of this design is that we don't have any water resistance, which does worry me a little bit, particularly if you've got the remote detached and you've got the contacts there. So be a bit careful, don't take this out in the rain. I also would have loved to see the joystick have maybe a bit of a speed ramp to it. Whenever I use it to move the gimbal, it just feels a bit artificial, a bit digital, to the point where I actively avoid messing with the joystick when I'm recording. And then when you're done shooting, you can either pop out the micro SD card and put it into your laptop, you can connect it to your device via USB-C, or you can open the Insta360 app, connect your Luna, and then you get really fast transfers. And then through the app, you can edit yourself, you've got the AI edit, you can add their LUT back in if you've shot in iLog, and then if you want, you can share straight to your socials. The truth is, right now, most people making videos like this, I don't know, giving you a tour of their hotel room or the business class fancy flight they're on, or walking around a city, probably use a DJI Pocket, and obviously we've got the new 4. And in this video, I'm not going to tell you which is better because that's for a whole different video. But I do know that the Ultra, this Luna Ultra, is the best pocket camera I've ever used. The only problem is, it is quite a lot of money. Hi, I'm Superstaff on Superstaff TV.
Hey, I'm Tom the Tech Chap. Welcome to another terrible video.
No.
The big question, how much is the Insta360 Luna Ultra? Well, as I'm recording this, I don't have final pricing. I will put it on screen and also put a link in the description below, but it probably will be quite expensive. But what do you reckon? Is it worth it? Could you see yourself switching to this? For me, I'm going to be taking this with me everywhere from now on. I adore this thing. Okay, I'm not sure there's a better meal than a 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich and a bottle of Pocari Sweat. The rest of this video is just you watching me eat a sandwich.